What's up, guys? Taven here. Welcome to part 1 of 3 of my retribution guide. Right now, I am only have the rating of 17, 17, 18 in threes. Hopefully, I will be able to get around 20 or 2,000. 2K and then some higher in my fives, but right now I'm just focusing on threes and RBGs. I'm only 959 in RBGs. Um, but last season I barely got above 1550, and I'm going to be showing you guys some tricks and some guides on how to increase your pleasure at Paladin. Hope you guys enjoy this video. If you do, leave a comment below on what you guys like about the video and what you guys want to see next. Thanks for watching. Alright guys, first I'm going to be showing you guys my spec. My first talent is Long Arm of the Law. It's a passive ability. A successful judgment increases your movement speed by 45% for 3 seconds. For this, I really like this ability just because you don't have to be within a range like you had to be in Cataclysm. You can be like 2 feet away from him, hit him with that, and then like run around him and everything instead of having to be, I believe it was like 15 yards away. My second ability is Fist of Justice. It's an instant cast. It stuns the target for 6 seconds. This replaces your Hammer of Justice. This is on a 30-second cooldown and a 20-yard range. This is actually an improved Hammer of Justice, because Hammer of Justice I believe only has a 10-yard range and a minute cooldown, but it also lets you be able to get Repentance or Burden of Guilt. I've seen some Ret Paladins have Burden of Guilt, but if you ask me, I might as well just have Seal of Justice on. I believe that's what it's called, Seal of Justice, which decreases their movement speed by 50% anyway for 8 seconds, and Burden of Guilt does it for 12 seconds. So it's only only about, what is it, 4% or for 4 seconds longer but it's a talent ability. So I just thought that if I can have a talent ability already of it, I might as well not waste one on it. My next talent is Selfless Healer. It's a passive ability. Your successful judgments reduce the cast time and mana cost of your next flash of light by 35% per stack, and improves its effectiveness by 35% per stack when used to heals others. Stacks up to 3 times. This basically means that whenever you hit someone with your judgment, it increases the amount of damage or amount of healing and the mana cost of it by 35% per stack. This stacks up to 3 times, which means if I hit someone with the judgment, go back, hit him again with the judgment, and then do it one more time, it's going to be almost an instant cast and costs like no mana. It's basically like a proc. I've gotten 215k using this. It's a really good ability. Some other people use Sacred Shield, and I've seen like a couple use Eternal Flame. I'm not a big fan of those just because Sacred Shield is just, it's not as good as it used to be in Cataclysm. It's not like a secondary bubble to where once you get low you hit that and then you get not killed for about 30 seconds. It's you just hit that and then you have to rely on yourself being able to survive. My level 60 ability is Clemency. It's a passive ability. You can use Hand of Freedom, Hand of Protection, Hand of Sacrifice, Hand of Salvation twice before incurring their cooldowns, which basically means that if I use Hand of Freedom, Hand of Protection, Hand of Sacrifice, any of your hands of whatevers, if you use those once, you can go back and use it again. So I can pop 2 people instead of just doing it once with only the cooldown going on once. Which I thought was the best talent for this level by far, just because it's 2 bubbles instead of 1, and the other 2 just don't seem that good. This one is just every time that you use Holy Power, you reduce the cooldown of your Divine Shield. But in arenas you don't usually have enough time to do it, and that's still a 5-minute cooldown if you get it 50%, so it's just, or not 5 minutes, about 2 minutes and 50 seconds, 2:30. But I would rather just use it once and then have 2 bubbles for my teammates. And then this other one is Hand of Purity. Place a hand on friendly target, reducing damage of harmful periodic damage spells by 70%. If you don't have a comp, or if you're not going against a comp that has periodic damage, then that ability is useless to you. I like how they let you change your abilities before an arena just so that you can change it up. My level 75 tier is Holy Avenger. It's an instant cast. It has a 2-minute cooldown. Abilities that generate holy power will deal 30% and additional damage and healing, and generates 3 charges of holy power for the next 18 seconds. This was basically the same thing that they had for, I believe it was Guardian of the Ancient Kings. It's just a different name. This one also stacks, gives you a strength buff that you should let stack. You guys will see that in my macro video. But I think this one's the best just because this one is your Avenging Wrath lasts 50% longer and grants more frequent access to one of your abilities while it lasts, and it only lets you use Hammer of Wrath, or reduces the cooldown of Hammer of Wrath, but the Hammer of Wrath is a 5.54 second cooldown, which means it's only 2.5 seconds. I would rather have 3 charges of holy power and just spam Teleporter's Verdict over and over again. And then Divine Purpose abilities that cost holy power have a 20% chance to cause the Divine Purpose effect. Your next holy power ability will consume no holy power and will cast as if 3 were used. That's sort of good, I guess, just so that you can hit a Word of Glory for 200k if you want, but it's a 3 charges of holy power, but it's only used as if 1, and I don't even believe that it uses it. Yeah, it consumes no holy power and will cast as if 3 holy power were used. But as I said, Holy Avenger, I would rather be able to get the additional damage and 3 charges of holy power whenever I generate holy power. For my last tier, I chose Holy Prism. There's a lot of controversy about going on, but I've seen most Red Paladins use this, and I get more success out of using it. Holy Prism is an instant cast, has a 40-yard range, and a 20-second cooldown. Sends a beam of light towards a target, turning them into a prism for holy energy. If an enemy is in a prism, they take 28,759 holy damage and radiates 19,384 healing up to 5 allies within 15 yards. If an ally is in the prism, they are healed for 28,759 and radiate 19,384 holy damage to 5 nearby enemies within 15 yards. That is a mouthful. Basically, if I shoot at an ally, it heals nearby allies. If I shoot at an enemy, it does the damage to the enemy but still heals my group. I thought that was pretty cool. Notice how it has a 20-second cooldown, which is pretty insane considering it's a level 90 ability. I think it's better than Light's Hammer, which is basically you hurl a hammer and do additional damage and healing. But it has to be within a certain area, so that's not that good in PvP, I think. And it's a 1-minute cooldown, so I would be able to use this 3 times while only being able to use this once. And the execution sentence, I basically use the same background. It causes 65,000 damage, but it's also on a 1-minute cooldown, so I can hit this 3 times, which is about 60 maybe over 60 if I proc damage. But this ticks and you don't have guaranteed damage. I realized in this that it's not exactly the best thing to use if you just want to kill someone. Killing someone for the burst is popping like a Red Paladin one-shot macro and then using Holy Prism to hit him for 100k. Execution sentence would probably increase the dots, but it would increase the damage done. But yeah, that's the reason why I chose Holy Prism. These are my specs. If you guys think I should choose something else for my specs, please leave a comment below on what I should choose, and I'll look into it. If I use your comment, you will also win an in-game prize or some WoW time or whatever I decide to give out. Alright guys, these are my Ret Paladin glyphs. My first glyph Oh, you guys can't see it that well. It's Glyph of Divine Protection. It reduces the magical damage reduction of your Divine Protection to 20%, but adds 20% damage reduction. Basically takes 20% magic reduction, turns it into physical reduction. Second one is Glyph of Word of Glory. It's a major glyph, of course. Increases your damage by 35% per holy power spent after you cast Word of Glory or Eternal Flame. Lasts 6 seconds. This is a good ability if you use it during the one-shot macro, which I will show you guys in another video. And then my last one is Glyph of Immediate Truth. Increases your instant damage done by Seal of Truth by 30, but decreases the damage done by Seizure by 50%. I've had a couple people talk to me about this, about oh, it doesn't leave you sustained burst. We've never had sustained burst as Paladins. It's always been you burst and then you do some damage over, and then you do some more damage and build up some damage and whatever, and wait till your cooldowns are done. It's never been like, oh, we're gonna hit this person for constant 20Ks and then pop our cooldowns, hit for 100K, go back down to 20Ks. It's always been constant. It's always been a burst and then go down, and then wait till your cooldowns are done, burst down. So there's really no other things. And then these are just my random ones. I have Glyph of Fire from the Heavens, your Judgment and Hammer of Wrath criticals call down fire from the sky. I haven't seen that one yet. Hopefully I can get that one to be seen. Glyph of Contemplation. This is actually, I like to call this the T-bow ability, just because it's basically a kneel. I'll show you guys real quick. Contemplation, you hit it, and you basically T-bow with a beam of light. And then for my third one, I don't have one. I was thinking about doing the Righteous Retreat or the Falling Avenger, but I really don't use Avenging Wrath while I'm falling down cliffs. And then Holy Wrath, I don't use it. Judgment spell depicts an axe or sword instead of a hammer. I use hammers, so I would rather have that. I might use this one just for RBGs, and then this one just for the heck of it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a comment below on what you want to see next. If you also have a change for my glyphs and I use your suggestion, I will be giving you a prize. So there's 2 prizes that can be won in this video alone. Good luck to everybody, and hope I can learn some stuff through your comments. Hope you guys enjoy this video. Thanks for watching.